The lower part of this gown has that kind of jean pocket, effect, yes. And I'll be showing you how I achieved that as we go on in this tutorial, okay? So keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to another video today. If you're new to this place, please do well to subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, I thank you for always coming back to click on videos on this channel. So we're going to be sewing this very particular gown and also the jacket in this video. These are the fabric. It's actually cotton. So this is the pattern for my gown, the upper bodies of the gown. I'm going ahead to open my waist dart, okay, and also my side bust dart, like so. Then I'll go ahead to tape down my side bust dart because I'm not going to be sewing it up. I'll tape it down, then open it up at the waist dart. So having done that, I'm going to be marking the midpoint of my ankle. I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches away from my shoulder and also 1.5 inches away from my neckline. I'm going ahead to mark my bust circumference because I want to contour the neckline. Since it's sleeveless, I don't want it to gap at the neckline area when I put it on. So I've marked a point at my neckline and I'll go ahead to mark ½ inch at that bust circumference line, and then I'll be connecting it like so to my neckline and also to the bust point area. So having done this now, I'll go ahead to deepen my neckline, okay, from the actual basic neckline. I'll go ahead to deepen my neckline, but you want to be very careful while doing this because you don't want to show any cleavage. So from that very exact neckline that we have now at the shoulder, I'm going to be joining it, and that's one that we removed from the armhole area. I also go ahead to create a new armhole for my sleeveless gown, okay, for the upper bodies of my sleeveless gown, and that is what I'm doing right now, okay. So I haven't done that. This is what it looks like. I'll go ahead to cut everything out, leaving only the patterns that I'll be needing. So I'm going ahead to close up that dart for that very close fit at the neckline, just so it laps very well at the neckline and it's not gapping. So I'll be taking this very part out, just smoothing it, okay? I'll be chewing this very part, smoothing it kind of like so. So this is it for the upper bodies of my gown, okay? So this is it for the upper bodies of my gown. I'll go ahead to label it so that I don't miss anything. So for the jacket part of it, the blazer, sorry, not a blazer, for that kind of top up, I don't know whether it's a jacket or whatever. So I'm going ahead to mark 2 inches downwards like so, and I'll be connecting it like so. 2 inches downwards, and I'll be connecting it like so, okay? So because it's going to have a sleeve, I want to make sure that it goes into the armhole so that there'll be somewhere where I can fix the sleeve, you understand? So there'll be somewhere where I can fix the sleeve. So I'm going to have to extend it like so to the armhole area. And I'll go ahead to cut this out like so. And so this is the pattern for the front of the black cover or jacket, not jacket, I don't know what to call it. Okay, so for my back pattern, I also go ahead to remove 1.5 inch and 1.5 inch also from 2 ways of the shoulder, from the shoulder, the part of the armhole and the part of the neckline. So I'm going to have to deepen my neckline also at the back, and I'll be using 3 inches, okay. I want to use 3 inches because I want a situation whereby the back of it, that's the back pattern of the black one, is going to cover. As you can see in the picture, it's going to cover, okay? It's going to cover. As you can see in the video, the back part of it had to cover up for the gown, okay? So I'm going to have to take this off, thereby leaving the pattern that I'll be needing for the back of the gown. So I'm removing my dart so I can just sew it up while cutting on the fabric, and that is it. So heading over to the back of the jacket. Yes, I'll call it the jacket. To the back of the jacket. Also, I'm going ahead to mark sort of from my neckline. I went ahead to mark 5 inches. Remember, for the bodies of the gown, we used 3 inches. So yes, 5 inches will cover it up, and which is okay. So I'm using 5 inches like so, and I'm extending it to the armhole area. I told you we are doing this to the armhole because it's going to be having a sleeve. So we want to attach a sleeve to it. So that is it. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'll go ahead to cut this out like so. So having done that now, I'm labeling everything necessary. So this very part is the most interesting part of it and very needful part that you need to listen to. So heading over to this very particular part, I'm trying to eliminate this dart now. My waist dart for the skirt, I'm trying to eliminate it. And that's what I've gone ahead to mark the 1 inch at the waistline, and I'm eliminating it. So that is what I'm doing now. I've also marked the dart length, and I've gone ahead to cut it off, meaning that this particular dart is out now. So there's no dart for this skirt now. I've eliminated the dart. Okay. So for that pocket effect, I'm using 2.5 inches. And the length of my pocket, I'm going to have to use 6 inches, okay? So with my ruler, I want to just kind of make it to be obvious. Let me see the 6 inches line very well. So I'm going to be curving this like so, okay? I'm going to be curving this like so, okay? So I'm going to be curving this like so, as you can see. So having done that, I'll go ahead now to also mark another line. I'm extending this for the pocket proper. I don't know if you get it, the back of the pocket. That part where you put something and it's able to stay. Okay, so that's what I'm marking out now. So I have my 1 and 2 pattern. I'll go ahead to trace the whole of 1. I'm going ahead to trace out the whole of 1, which is like so. I'm going ahead to trace out the whole of 1. That is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to have to trace out the whole of 1, including, yes, this part of 2. I'm going to have to trace it out like so. So I'll be using my pen to make this very much visible so that you can see it. And I'm marking dotted lines at this very particular part, showing that it's where the pocket area is. So this is what we're having now. And this is like a hole. We're going to be having this one as a hole. So having done this now, I'm going to have to use my scissors to remove the excess papers, just so what I'm doing is very clear to me, okay? So this is what it looks like. And I haven't done that now. I'll go ahead to remove that number 2 because we don't need it. I haven't traced it out. I'll remove it and I'll discard it. So this is what it looks like. Can you see that inner pocket area? But that isn't complete yet. We'll go ahead to trace out the whole of this very pattern also. So I'm going to have to trace out the whole of this very pattern also, which is going to serve as a facing. Okay, it's going to serve as a facing. So I'm going to have to trace out the whole of this pattern also, which is going to serve as a facing. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe and watch to the end because you're going to be seeing the way I fixed this very pocket to achieve that kind of jean pocket effect, okay? So I'm going to have to cut this out like so now. So I've labeled facing, okay? So this is what it should look like. You want to put these two together. As you sew by those sides and you put it on. When you flip over, that kind of back area of the pocket. So this is what it looks like. Then I want to have a kind of pegged skirt effect. I want to have a kind of pegged effect instead. That stuff that looks like is a fold at my waist area, at my waistline area. So I'm going to have to mark my bust apart measurements. I extended it all the way down to the hemline of this very skirt pattern. Like so. So I'm going ahead now with my scissors to slash and spread, okay? I'm slashing and spread for my bust apart measurement. I'm slashing and spreading like so. I'm cutting from the waist to and not through the hemline of the skirt pattern. So having done this now, I'll go ahead to spread it out. While you're spreading it out, be conscious that your center front is straight because you know you're cutting on fold. You don't want it to be bending or have an irregular shape. Be sure that concentrate on it and make sure that your center front is straight. So I'm using 2 inches, okay? And I'm going ahead to tape this down and that very 2 inch mark. Make sure your pattern is also well flat laid. It's not rumpled as you're doing this. So I haven't done that now. This is what I'm having for my pegged skirt pattern. I'm trying to see the way I'm going to be folding it over while sewing. You can decide to fold this any way you want. So I'm just trying to check this out, what it's going to look like while folding it. And yes, this is what I'm having. So I'll go ahead to cut this out like so. So this is what my peg skirt pattern looks like. And I haven't done that. I'll go ahead to label. For the back, we're not doing anything. We just eliminated the dart. So heading straight to the sewing now. For the dart, I'm sewing the dart to be obvious at the front. Like, you know, kind of, the back now is now my front. And the front is now my back. I just hope you understand. Okay, because on a normal note, this very part is supposed to be at the back. But no, it's now my front. Yes, and that's the way I'm sewing it, okay? So it's just normal, the way you sew your dart. Then instead of putting this at the back, you put it to the front. Then when I get to the waistline, I kind of try to pin it down, okay, and sew it along the waistline, like so. So I'm also going ahead to turn up the facing for these very upper bodies. I'm going ahead to turn up the facing, which is what I'm currently doing right now. I'm going ahead to turn up the facing, which is what I'm doing right now. If you want to see, I don't know, leave it in the comment section if you want a video of this very particular turn up, because I turned in a way that everything is clear. The armhole is well turned, the shoulders, you're not going to be seeing any sewing. So if you want to see how I did that, you want a detailed video of this very tutorial, then leave a comment in the comment section and I'll be doing that, okay? So that's what I'm sewing up right now. I'm turning up the facing right now, okay? So I'm just cutting a little cut, you know, kind of a little cut, just so I can be able to turn them up and they lay nicely. As you can see, the back and the front, everything is nicely laid. That was what I just showed you. So I'm going ahead now to shaping, okay? I'm going ahead now to shaping these, the front and the back bodies. I'm going ahead to shaping and join them together like so. Like I said, if you want a detailed tutorial of how to neatly finish your upper bodies, your dress, like I did in this video, so that you don't have anything hanging around inside, is very neat, then you want to leave a comment in the comment section and I'll be doing a video on that. Majority carries the vote. So heading over to that very particular skirt sewing, that pocket area, we're sewing the facing first. So I'm going ahead to sew in my facing now, like so. I'm going ahead to sew in my facing now, like so. Okay. So I haven't done that. I haven't sewn my facing. I'm also going ahead to cut like I did. And I'll be turning over and sewing and top stitching on the lining area, okay? Sewing over and top stitching on the lining area. I don't really know what is wrong with my sewing machine, but it's giving little issues. Okay. So as you can see, I've faced it and it's looking very nice. So I'll take the whole pocket, yes, like the pattern of the hole. And now we're going to be sewing up the pocket proper. So this is what I'm doing. I'm stitching up the sides of the pocket. That area where you want to put something and you don't want it to fall out. So we're stitching it out. We're stitching it up like so. So I haven't done that. This is what it looks like. I'm going to have to stitch up also the waist area, hold some parts in place before I join to the upper bodies. And yes, this is what it looks like, as you can see. So I'm doing, yes, that fold over of my pegged skirt pattern. That's what I'm going to be sewing right away. I'm sewing over that fold over of my pegged skirt pattern like so. So yeah, this is what it looks like. And I'm going to have to sew the other side. So I'm joining my back skirt and my front skirt together right now. I'm joining the back and the front, like I'm shaping it together. I'm joining it together, okay, to form a skirt, which I'll be joining to my upper bodice later as we'll go ahead in this video. So I'm going to have to join this like so, all the way down. So I'm going to have to do that, and I'll be joining the upper bodice to the lower bodice now, making sure that every dart aligns. Okay, my side seam stitches aligns. You want to make sure that everything aligns. So I'm done joining it together, and this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead to put my zipper to the back. As you can see, I'm going to be sewing my zipper to be neatly fixed. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to have to sew up my zipper at the zipper allowance area. I'm using an invisible zipper, and that is what I use whenever I'm making an English wear, okay? I use invisible zippers whenever I'm making an English wear. If you've been on this channel, then you should be used to me sewing zippers because I do this in most of my tutorials, okay? So I'm going to have to sew my zipper all the way down like so. And I haven't done that, heading straight to the black, to the jacket for the back fabric. I'm sewing my lining and the fabric together now because I'll be turning it up. I'm sewing my lining and the fabric together now because I'll be turning it up. So having done that, I'm going ahead to also sew up at this very part, trying to hold some parts down just so everything is in place, okay? I'm also sewing up the neckline like so. The reason why I use the lining to turn over is just so I have a neat finish at that very outer part of it. The outer part of the jacket, okay? That is lying close to my neckline or my chest. So I haven't done this now. I'm also going ahead to sew that of the back. Also, I'm going to be sewing the lining to the fabric first. And also the very part where my button will be, I'm also stitching it up like so. Just so when I turn it over, I'm going to be having a very neat finish. And my neckline also, I'm stitching it up together. So I'm going ahead now to join the shoulders of my back and my front together like so. I'll be taking up the shoulder of the lining first, and after sewing it, I also take up the shoulder of the main fabric first, and after sewing it, I'm going to be having a very neat finish, just as you can see in this video, okay? So this is what it looks like. As you can see, this is what it looks like. So I haven't done that now. This is what the both sides look like. I'm going to have to join the armholes together like you do for your normal dress. For a basic dress, you want to join the armhole together, okay? I'm also going to have to join the armhole of the other side together. You want to be very careful with this. Most times it's tricky because you kind of check where is the up and where is the down, where is front and where is back. So I haven't done this now. I'll go ahead to fix the sleeve of it. I'm making sure that my center sleeve aligns with the center of my shoulder line. So I'm going to have to sew all the way down. And because this is a bishop sleeve, we'll also be gathering, okay? So I'm sewing this sleeve all the way around my armhole area like so. So I'm sewing all the way down to the hem of my sleeve. Trying to stitch up that armhole area properly. So I haven't done this now. I'll go ahead to run a loose stitch round the hem of the sleeve for the gathers. I'm going to have to run a loose stitch round the hem of the sleeve for the gathers. So I'm gathering it right away. After running the loose stitch, I'm gathering it right away, okay? And having gathered it now, I'll be using my sleeve band I'll be inserting my sleeve band all the way around the gathers. So I'm going to have to sew up my sleeve band like so. So I'll be fixing my sleeve band, making sure that the center of the sleeve band aligns with the center of my sleeve, of the actual sleeve. And also the sides of it, the side seam stitches aligns also. That's what I'm trying to do now. So I haven't done that. I'll go ahead to sew all the way around. If you have a pin, you can use a pin to pin this down before sewing all the way around. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.